Welcome to another edition of Soul Fire Ascension with Raven and Lisa Love Light. Raven is an aura, past life regression, and clinical hypnotherapist, a quantum galactic Akashic reader, raw Reiki angelic alchemy healing practitioner, and Yu Shui Reiki master. Raven also offers one-on-one spiritual consultations. Book your free 15-minute discovery Zoom call with Raven at ravenshealingarts.com. Lisa is an aura practitioner, raw Reiki quantum galactic Akashic reader, Yushui Reiki master, and offers one-on-one soul coaching sessions. For questions or booking sessions, you can message her at sacredheartquantumhealing.com or at myabundanceflows247@aol.com. You can watch Soul Fire Ascension on YouTube and Rumble. You can also listen to Soul Fire Ascension on Spotify. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and we hope you enjoy the show. Greetings. Welcome to another edition of Soul Fire Ascension. And we are so excited. We have Regan Kelly here today. So let me play the video for Regan so we can introduce her to all of you. Fire Ascension welcomes Regan Kelly. Regan is a singer, songwriter, healer, and YouTube creator. She shares original art and heart messages of transforming the darkness and embodying the light of the soul, inspiring people to rise and shine in the evolution of human consciousness. Live Friday, February 7th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you missed the live show, you can catch the replay on YouTube or Rumble at Soul Fire Ascension, or listen to Soul Fire Ascension on Spotify. Soul Fire Ascension is sponsored by ravenshealingarts.com. Book your free 15-minute discovery call with Raven today. Yay! Welcome, Regan.
Thank you so much for having me. Oh my goodness. I love the introduction. Your voice is just it's so beautiful and like perfect for like presenting and narrating.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, Lisa, since you and Miss Regan know each other better, we will let you start the conversation this time.
Thank you. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate that. Yes, I do know this beautiful soul. I've had the opportunity actually to be attuned through Reiki with this beautiful soul. So she is a Reiki master, and I took classes with her last year in 2024. And I also connected with her in 2022, in December of 2022, for an Akashic reading. And it was beautiful. And so you're such an intuitive soul. So I am so grateful for the little connections that you and I have had. So thank you for being here. I am so honored that you accepted our invite, because I know your energy. I love what you have to offer. I love your beautiful heart and your message that you carry with you as a beautiful soul. So I wanted our viewers to learn who you were and introduce you to them. So thank you for being here. And at this moment in your journey, you've got so much going on. Would you like to tell us a little bit about where you're at and a little bit about yourself and your healing modalities?
Yes, I'd love to. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I just have to bask in that for a second. Thank you so much. That was so kind and sweet. And I feel so at home here. Thank you guys so much. It's just, this is such a beautiful heart space. Like, I'm just like, wow. um, but yes, I have my, YouTube channel, Transforming the Darkness, and that's one of my main things I've been focusing on is just putting out intuitive messages, kind of about the title. That is kind of the theme, I think, is transforming the darkness. Just um, kind of relaying the experiences that I have, when it comes to just navigating some of the intense human, experiences that we have moving through fear and density and sadness, anger, all of these things. I don't know. I feel, as you guys I'm sure know, and people watching here, it's like I feel it very intensely. So I just feel like I don't know. I get to learn a lot from those experiences and share the different tools and perspectives that come
Mhm.
from that, and embodying the light, and also starting to really kind of weave in creativity. I feel like I feel like we're all artists in one way or another, and so I have songs that I make that I share that, to me is, part of the the true revolution, I would say, which is just, people coming forward with their soul's expressions, with their heartfelt expressions. And to me, like what you guys are doing, as well, it's like it's so radical because, we're breaking out of so much programming and conditioning, and it takes a lot of courage to break that mold, to be, unique and different, and be, you know, just promoting the truth, in a world that's been, glorifying deception. It takes so much strength and courage to show up every day. So it's just something I really admire, and, I work at it every day. And so that's kind of, I guess, where I'm at between just putting out the messages and the creativity, and taking sessions as well when I can for energy healing, and just sort of intuitive sessions, talking with people and receiving them.
Beautiful. Awesome. You said that so well because you're totally right about the deceit in the program. And
Mm-hmm.
there's there's a lot right now. There's a lot in the
Yeah.
collective. And
There's a lot of fear.
mhm.
I think I have a sign on my Facebook wall, at the wallpaper part, that says, "Don't feed the fear."
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of fear right now going on, and it's on purpose because that's how you're controlled.
Mm-hmm. Part of the energy system, right? If
Hmm.
you have fear or you have love, which one do so I know what we all choose to tune into, right? Well, we all turn our dial to love and authenticity and being our true self and letting that shine. So
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And um, Reagan, and as you talk about being an artist, did you created a little bit of was it a poetry book that you created last year?
Yes, I did. I almost forgot about that. But yeah, Musings of the Revolutionary, or what is it? I can't even remember. Musings of the Revolutionary Heart. I don't know. I guess I do have a lot going on, actually. But
Hmm.
but yeah, similar. Similar. It's just these poems that have come to me kind of over the years about this. And I love. That's why I love music and art and poetry. Is, it's just another style of communicating these deep truths that sometimes, words alone, it's easier. I don't know. It's just a different kind of translation. I think it resonates differently for people.
Hmm.
Well,
So
as an
true.
artist, I can say that, yeah, you're able to express yourself in a little bit different way. you know, I think so. So I noticed that you do that you said you do energy healing. Can you tell me what kind of energy healing you do?
Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of, over the years I've studied and practiced a lot. I started with the Yusoi kind of standard Reiki, and then I
Uh-huh.
went into the Aurora's raw Reiki, beautiful healing, and that was like a huge up level for me. And that's, where I learned a lot. And now I don't know, it's for me it's just very intuitive. I feel like the people that I attract, um, I don't know, it feels like a certain wavelength of people. So it's kind of a mixture of both of those two, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
It definitely does.
Yes, for sure. Because not everybody is ready for a healing hypnosis sessions. And sometimes that part of healing, you got to work your way up to that level of healing. Sometimes you got to
Mhm.
start small with those little energy, those intuitive energy sessions to help clear things, or like you said, intuitively guiding or coaching along whoever comes across your path. So,
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's just what I was noticing, is that it was kind of like a little bit too I don't know, for the people it was like I felt like I needed to, I don't know. I don't know how to say it. I don't want to say like, I guess basically just meet people where they're at more, on their
Mhm.
journey.
that's a great way of saying it.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
agree with that.
Hmm. Using the many tools that you have in your belt, right? It's like, well, which one are we going to use for this situation? So,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's always, an ongoing evolution, really. It's always an ongoing evolution, and it's always, I'm sure you guys know, it's so perfect. Like the people that come to you, it's always like kind of medicine for you too, of like what you're going
Mhm.
through, or a divine mirror reflection. It's just super magical.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I when I took the standard Yushui Reiki, I was always taught that healing others, you healed yourself as well.
Yeah, yeah.
mhm,
And coming
so
from a
true.
medicine family, we were always taught when you heal yourself, you heal your ancestors and your future generations as well. So, and it's come to, I feel like it's come to in this day and time, healing for all of us. It's a time for an awakening, but and a time for healing because we've been under such suppression and fear and stress that we just need to heal from that. And it's hard to get out of, I found it's hard for a lot of people to get out of that fear.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
really is. I recently had sometimes I feel almost like a mad scientist, like feeling some of this stuff because I recently felt like such a huge dose of fear. Um, and it was really, it was really humbling because when I came out of it, it was just like, wow, like I really understand even deeper like what people are going through right now, because when that fear comes in, when it tries to grab a hold, it's like it can really just take over.
Mhm.
It's so wild how it takes over. So um, I don't know. It just, I think it just opens my heart even more for like what people are going through, and just like wanting to offer these resources, this knowledge, this information, because you're not you when you're, in that fear. You're literally just taking the program. You're just like, it just takes you, and it's
Mhm.
wild.
Well, I feel like you own it at that point. You
Mm-hmm.
allow it to own you and you own it. And that's
Mhm.
it's really a hard thing to get for people to get out of. And it's a good thing that we do have all of the healing modalities that we do have, not just in the regression part or say the hypnosis part. We have the clinical, which handles, phobias and stress, anxiety, and things like that. And so you can do that little steps at a time until you're ready for the big stuff. But then we have Reiki and a lot
Yeah.
of intuitive healers, and I just think it's really a good time for it now. It's time.
Hmm. Definitely. And another thing too, I feel like when just on the path of healing, one of the most main ingredients is self-love. And somewhere along the way, when we grew up, we were not taught self-love. And so that's another, like major ingredient is to learn how to love ourselves before we start outsourcing that love that we have. We've got to love ourselves first before we can truly give love to others. So definitely.
Yeah, that's not just a cliche.
Mm-mm,
Yeah.
definitely not. Definitely not. And when you were just discussing like fear, it to me, I feel like it's like a virus. It's like once it creeps in, it's like cancel, clear, delete. We got to learn how to delete this out of the system, right? Like
Yes.
stop. And and another thing too is just like Reagan, you said you felt it the other day. I believe we're I don't know about you, but I tune into the collective. I don't ask to tune into it. It just kind of happens, right? It's like when we're intuitive, we feel beyond ourselves. We feel more. We feel that collective, and it's been real dense these past couple weeks. I have found myself that the past couple weeks, almost daily, I have to stop myself and say, well, wait a minute, is that mine? Is that how I feel? Or am I feeling something else? And so stop and take a pause. I've been stopping and pausing a lot these past couple weeks because it's heavy. Sending love, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
send love to all of those unfortunate people on the planet and everything that's going on right now. We really are in a tumultuous time. So,
Yes.
you know, do you feel that as well, Reagan? Like, do you feel the shift in the energies out there?
Yeah, absolutely,
Hmm.
absolutely. And I think that is, a great in a way I feel like it is a great service to be able to feel that and transmute that in yourself and send that love out. Like I feel like that for me at least, I know that I feel like that's a big part of how we are assisting even though we might not see directly the result of that. I feel like every time we work through something or we shift something, we intend to create a new timeline. It's like we're so powerful, and I think that those of us who are on this conscious path, it's like we have a lot more, how to say it, like, I think we might have more, like, influence, over that. So I think maybe that's the blessing of, like, even though it is hard and it is, painful when that happens, it's like we do. And I think that's the phase that many of us, are coming into, thankfully, is like, we have the strength, still having those boundaries of like, when, you know, um, it's not that, but having that, I guess, ability to work that energy and to bless it and to keep raising the vibration.
Hmm. Beautifully said. Very
And
true.
then what's great too is for me I know that when I have those experiences, like I always get so much out of it, like with the fear, like it was another chance for me to observe like how that feels in my body, like how it starts to try to take over, like the kind of thoughts that come up. And I like what you said, Lisa, too, about stopping and pausing, because I think that's the biggest thing is just the awareness, being aware, being honest with yourself, and having that, because it's a lot harder for it to take over, versus when you're not even aware, it just comes in and you just identify with it. I think that's where a lot of people are. It's like, no, just stop. Like, notice the thoughts, notice where they're trying to take you. Like, it's
Mhm.
crazy, it's madness where they try to take you.
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. And Sam Blue says, lately it's so difficult to stay in the path of love and healing right now. It is, because there's so much, I feel like there's so much fear being broadcasted, but there is, another consciousness that we can attune to as the Christ consciousness. And that will help bring us out of the fear by attuning into that.
Mhm.
Um, Anybody have anything to say on that?
Mhm.
Yeah, so beautiful. Yes, the Christ consciousness. Where to even begin? Sometimes I think it's kind of synonymous with, what people call like the 5D. There's so many different words for it, but it's like truly a higher way of, it's just a higher consciousness. It's uh, that sort of unity. It gives you a completely different perspective, and beyond any religious dogma. For me, I know that it really helps just tuning into, Jesus Christ or Yeshua, like what he was really. That is such an interesting, not only the energy that he is and shares, but the Jesus story, is very symbolic as well for spiritual awakening. Um, I don't know. I could go into all kinds of things, but I don't know where you guys what direction you want to go with that one.
Um, I I think you're right about that, honestly. I mean, but I do feel like we can tune into that higher consciousness.
Mhm.
Sam Blue says, "What do you think we can do to stay on the path?" And that's just it. Tuning into that higher consciousness and
Mhm.
not allowing those thoughts or that energy, because we don't consent to it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And yeah,
Yeah.
you can. It's always there. Like it's always within you. Like even when you're going through, these crazy circumstances around you, like what's going on around you, including your thoughts, like, the commenting on it, cuz so many of our thoughts are not our own, it's the programming, or there's all kinds of ways that these thoughts come in. And those to me are the hardest because, with emotions, it's a lot easier to just kind of feel them and let them flow through you. If that's, I think, an important skill in this day and age, is to know how to let those emotions flow through you. But the thoughts is what will really try to latch on and create these paradigms, like, I can't do this is so bad, it's always wrong, it's my fault, it's their fault. Like, it just starts to create these whole stories, sometimes before we even realize it. So to me, that's part of the Christ consciousness, is coming back to your center, because Christ is within you. God is within you, like your source, your spirit. It's like that is the true North Star to come into. And more and more in my life, any challenge, any you know because we're all human, I mean, I go through all kinds of, challenges throughout my life, and I just now see them as opportunities to come deeper into that mastery, like 100%. Like, I see it as an opportunity for something higher. And it always ends up being that way, It's like there might be those moments of strife, but I don't know. I think those are opportunities for us to come closer to, I call it God, but you can call it whatever. Like, those are opportunities to come deeper into your higher self, your true self.
Your core self, yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
is, and it's an it's a learning opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
because and it's like the challenge, because you can do say a little small thought and you can get rid of that and you can go, oh, that was pretty easy. Let's do this again. But then the challenges become greater and greater and greater. And I think that once you conquer those things and stand within yourself and your sovereignty, then you become a very strong person, or divinely strong, however you want to put it. But you're standing in your sovereignty and you're not allowing that to happen, because you don't have to consent to it, although it is so difficult, not to consent and to discern.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have problems discerning where things are coming from, or should I own this, should I not own this, and fall into that little trap there.
Sometimes when if a thought occurs, or if I'm trying to focus on something and a thought creeps in or something, I will pause for a moment and then ask myself, well, does whatever this is, does it matter right now? Like right now, what I'm doing, does that have anything to do with now? And a lot of times it doesn't, right? Whatever thoughts they are, or whatever feelings or emotions that are coming up, they have nothing to do with what we're trying to focus on in that moment. And so I have found lately, for me, it helps to bring myself back into the present moment of what I'm doing right then and there. And whatever it is that's trying to creep in, go away. Put a pause on that, or put a pin. I say put a pin. I'll put a pin in it and I'll come back to it when I'm writing. Sometimes I'm putting pins in people's faces. I'm just teasing. I'm just being silly. But it's like it really is learning like a mastery of our thoughts and how to guard our mind. I mean, I get the jokes of like why, like the jokes with the aluminum foil hat. I'm like, that's me. I need to do.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be good. I would be good if we had something to just block all the frequencies that are trying to come at me.
We do, but I forget what it's called. Oh man, and I'll remember it after the show. But there is this thing that you can, it's like almost like a pyramid thing, and it blocks all the energies from around coming in.
A Faraday cage?
And what?
Like a Faraday cage?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that would be lovely.
Unfortunately, I would need one to follow me around.
It's crazy. This artist I know actually created clothing, like Faraday cage clothing.
Really?
It's kind of expensive,
Ooh.
but yeah, I'll have to send you guys the link. I've always wanted to try
Please
it.
do.
Yeah. That would be interesting, just to get a hat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've also seen well, it's not really a device, but it's a pyramid that people wear on their heads, and I guess it helps your frequencies align and brightens up your aura and whatnot. But I know I definitely would stick out like a sore thumb if I started wearing a pyramid on my head out in public.
Actually, if I wore it to work, they'd go, "Oh yeah, yeah, it's okay. She'll be done with that next month."
That would be a really great experiment, just to do that,
Yeah.
How many people can I get to watch me while I walk down the street with a pyramid on my head?
Everybody that's on the street.
Yeah.
If it works though, you won't even be worried. You won't even feel their thoughts judging
Right.
you. You just be like, here I go.
I love it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't worry about it anyway. I would just do it. you know.
That's the
Indeed,
spirit.
indeed, indeed. Oh my goodness.
Because, see, at
Always
my age, I don't care what you think about me.
awesome.
Ye- Yes, Sam Blue, I am a lucky girl.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, and back to like what Sam was at, like what she was asking, like how, how to stay on the path. I feel like everybody finds what works for them, and what
Mm,
works for one individual might not work for another. But what I know I could suggest, Sam, and I'm sure you do something of it, some type of morning routine. I feel like in the morning when we first get up, it's super important to attune yourself to your day, because you're setting your stage. You're the one who is the author of your day. So you're tuning in for what you're going to create during the day, whether that be shielding your energy, saying a prayer, connecting to the divine, connecting to the Christ consciousness, etc. So,
all of the above.
right, right. But Sam,
Yes.
if you're
Plus,
ever having a
plus,
bad
a,
day, just
plus a morning meditation,
hmm
you know.
we're friends on Facebook. Hit us up for a message if you ever need a pick me up.
Yes. I love that.
Absolutely. Sam says she does pray early, 4 or 5 in the morning.
Hmm.
Yeah, mine is usually about 5 in the morning, except for on weekends. Then I can sleep. But then, I also protect myself when I go to sleep at night. So,
Hmm. How about you, Reagan? Do you have any specific uh, routine or something that specifically that helps you start your day and tune into those higher frequencies?
Yeah, I love the starting the day intentionally. I think that's just so important, And for me, I'm kind of spontaneous, so I have to change it up. Like sometimes it'll be this, it'll be that, um, sunlight if it's out. But something that's coming up right now is just in general, I think it's so great to just, I think that's one of the greatest benefits of doing energy work, but anyone can practice just like learning how to work that energy. And so a big one for me is actually dancing if I feel stuck or angry, or if I feel something that's just almost too much in my body, like dancing. And it doesn't matter, you don't have to be a good dancer, it doesn't have to look good, but just like put on your favorite music and just dance your heart out. That is like the greatest therapy for me when I feel stuck or like I can't do it anymore, or like whatever it is, like because it's you're
Hmm.
moving that energy around, and like you can even get really intentional. One, it's a release, but also it's like you can get intentional with it, of like taking out that doubt or that fear, or
Hmm.
like putting in that love, putting in that abundance, that compassion, that self-love, like we are talking about. And just I have to move
Hmm.
when it comes to that stuff.
Love that. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah,
yeah,
or
dancing's good
singing.
energy.
Dancing, singing, making weird noises. Like it doesn't have to be pretty. Like sometimes I just have to like sound out, like, just expressing yourself and releasing some of the energy that gets like, pent up, I think is really good.
Yes, that's great. I love that. Awesome. And um, I know that y- you have many instruments because you're a beautiful musician. And so, what is your favorite instrument that you like to play?
I'd have to say guitar, just because that was my first, so it's kind of my primary. That's really, that's my instrument. But yeah, it's fun to play around, with anything, especially if
Mhm.
you are just a beginner. If you're not, because I know, like, if you're just a beginner, guitar is kind of overwhelming, but there's so many beginner friendly options that, like, just like a drum, or Sometimes I see
Mm.
those like steel drums.
Mm. Hand pans.
Yeah, or like the Native American flutes. Like, there's a lot of instruments
Mm.
that with just a little bit of practice, you can get that sounding really, really good. And that is such a beautiful healing device.
I
Yes.
like to play my bowls.
Yeah, those are amazing.
Yeah. You can just sit and just play them and just go with the energy while you're playing them, and it just sometimes it just takes you someplace else.
Mhm.
Yeah, it really does. Or like the harp. I think the harp would be a great comeback, but um, it's funny, like, the harp, it is complex to like learn officially, but it's definitely not hard to make it sound good. Like, it sounds beautiful no matter what. You just play it.
You play the harp?
I do. Like
Oh
not
wow.
officially, but yeah, there's and again, harps are expensive, but I will I won't gatekeep this. There's a build your own harp kit on Etsy, and it's only like $200. So that's the great entry if you want to mess around with the harp.
Did
Cool.
you build yours?
I did, yeah, with the
Oh,
kit.
that's awesome. That's like
Yeah.
even better than a store-bought one because you're creating it with your love.
Yeah, and
Oh,
you can paint it and make it your own, and it just adds so much more yeah, meaning into it, and it is so beautiful. It's such a like beautiful ancient instrument. It's like I think like we're ready for a comeback with the harp.
I love that. I'm inspired. You have another fun device as well. The box.
Oh, the
What's the name?
Shruti box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The what?
It's called a Shruti box.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it kind of sounds, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like an accordion, but really it's more of a box, and there's different notes, and it kind of creates like a droning sound, and you can kind of sing and chant along to it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That would be cool on a meditation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should I
Yeah.
grab it? It's actually right next to me.
Yeah.
Will you
Yeah.
please? I still don't have one. I asked her for a link, and she
Oh,
shared her link, the link where I can find one, and I still have not acquired it yet.
I also got mine on Etsy.
Okay, awesome. It's on my
Sam
to-do
says
list.
she's inspired and motivated to
Oh,
try it.
she's got a gong too.
Oh yeah.
She's got all the fun toys.
Oh, and the
All the fun
heart.
toys.
Oh, cool. I want a gong.
I
Yeah, I was
know.
gonna say the gong, that was a gift, and that is
Mm,
so amazing. It's just incredible.
mm,
But this is what the Shruti box looks like.
mhm.
You kind of
Mhm. Tune to
It does. It sounds like an accordion.
go. And you can just go on and on and on and on with it, like it just sort of pumps like an accordion. Sorry.
That's cool. I
that
like
Yeah.
is
that.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's also an ancient instrument.
mhm. I want to say I think it helps oh, beautiful. May you sample for us.
I fear that it's probably not in tune right now, but
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Mhm.
my cat loves this.
Oh,
Wow.
But really,
wow.
it's not hard to make it sound good because it's all in the same key. So like literally, you can just like, I just to be completely honest, I just pretend to know what I'm doing.
I love it.
But no one would ever know, you know?
No.
It's just intuitive.
Mhm. It's beautiful.
Okay, so
That's
can you play some guitar for us too?
Yes, yes. Let me just grab that one.
Beautiful.
I guess I'll play the song that I'm releasing on my. Technically, it's on my birthday, on the 9th. Um, yeah, and it's the song is
Monday.
kind of for some reason my it came out kind of haunting, but it's just kind of about how you'll hear it. It's just sort of about how everything is always going to be revealed. Can you guys hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's got a place, but we've been so lost in the fake. Faces come by, you wouldn't recognize. Everyone tries to hide, but the light it shines on it all. Stand tall. The real comes. Ooh, that I know. That I know. Just a sea of digital faces, lost in eternity waiting. Superficial facade, masks falling off, nowhere to run. 'Cause the light it shines on it all. Stand tall. The real comes. Ooh, that I know. That I know. Why try and run from the truth? It's only gonna free you. Stop the easy lies, free our human eyes. Let us recognize one another, so the light it can shine on us all. And stand tall. When the real comes, ooh, then we'll know. Then we'll know.
Oh, that's beautiful. And you say that song is coming out when?
Sunday on the 9th on all the streaming platforms. It's called The Real Comes.
The real
I'm
comes.
gonna have to put that on
Awesome.
my playlist.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited too. I have my album coming out in, I don't know, probably May, but we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. But that one's, it's called Heartbreaking Open, and it's just a lot of those kinds of experiences of that I've went through of like, just being a human being. It's like, I feel like these, like we were talking about, these painful, experiences, but it breaks your heart open, and you get to have more love for yourself, more love for humanity, more love, it just kind of is like, it's so beautiful.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Thank you guys for letting me play that. I
yeah.
feel, I feel so inspired.
Oh,
No.
it's so
Thank you
nice.
for sharing.
And I think
Thank you
that's
for sharing.
yeah, but I think that's a unique perspective, heartbreaking open. Instead of somebody just saying my heart is broken, or whatever. Yeah, I like that.
Thank you. I guess maybe that's sort of my secret sauce. I don't know, with the transforming the darkness. It's like maybe it's just my like Scorpio energy, but I'm not a Scorpio, but Scorpio rising, but I don't know if there's any astrology nerds, but yeah, it's just sort of that constant transformation, and I feel that a lot. Just those deep rebirthing energies, and just like, you know.
Well, you'll
For
have to
sure.
give us the links to the different musical instruments because I know our audience is excited about that too because we have a lot of comments on the side about it. So they really want that, and we'll have to put that out there for them on the we'll put it under the comments on this show as well.
Absolutely. Yes, please, you guys go out and get them, you know, or there's so many other sound healing instruments like you don't, you know, that's another facade I just want to break through is, you know, I think people think I can't, you know, I can't play music, I can't sing unless I'm like this phenomenal, you know, like you see in Hollywood, and it's like that stuff's not even real. Like don't even worry about it. Like just express your heart and let it come through and just like, you know, bringing back that sort of like more, I don't know, just folk spirit around music where it's like it's not a contest. It's just part of our life. It's how we live, it's how we heal, it's how we express ourselves.
I especially like the harp. I think
Yeah.
you're right. I
Mhm.
think the music of the harp is timeless and it's magical too.
It is. Yeah. I encourage it. I encourage you to get one. And you won't regret it. You know, and like I said, it's not hard to make it sound good. You know, you can just play it very intuitively, and you'll love it.
Wow.
Wow. Mm-hmm. For sure.
You
I'm
can do it.
inspired.
I'm inspired too. I'd love to have a harp. That I think that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me
They
want to
are
like.
amazing.
It makes me wish that we could like be in person and have like a circle of just like harp and drums and
Yeah.
all this stuff. Like putting that out there that that'll happen one day.
Put some bowls in
Yeah.
it too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Musical circles. Like a
Yeah.
nice musical healing circle.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that idea. I like that idea. And you look so tan.
I go out in the
You do.
sun.
You look like you've been out in the sunshine.
I do.
I
I
love it.
do. Yeah, I recently I recently moved to Georgia, so I've been loving these winters as opposed to, you know, I love the seasons up north too, but you know, it's just like this has been like the best winter because it snowed like once and then the sun came out and it was like, you know, 70 degrees today.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I lived in Alabama. I raised my boys in Alabama, and it's we get a good snow every 5, 6 years, but
Mm.
it could be anywhere from 30 degrees to 80 degrees on Christmas Day. It just depends on what the weather wants to do. And so living in the South is definitely the weather is a perk.
Mhm. Yes. Yeah,
Here
you
in Indiana, I'm not liking the weather so well. Um,
Mm-mm.
no, because we had ice. Did you have ice, Lisa?
Mm-hmm. I
Yep.
did.
Yeah,
Yes.
we had ice. It was,
Yeah. It was like
pretty,
it rained ice overnight. So
yeah,
you woke up to it.
yep.
don't miss that.
Mm-hmm.
But then everybody
No.
in the South got all this snow. I have a friend who is in Carolina, and she got 8 inches of snow or something like that. And Florida got 4 inches, certain places in
Mm-hmm.
Florida.
It does hit
Yeah.
different here because people don't know how to drive in the snow here at all. So
No,
they just shut everything down, which is kind of cool.
That is
it
cool,
is.
right? Gotta stay home.
Hmm.
Can't go
Well,
to
I
work
know
today because
when
they
I
don't know
lived
how to
in
plow.
Alabama, it was like if they heard the word snow, that was it.
Yeah.
There was no milk, no bread, no, no, no. Everybody was
Nothing.
making French toast. No milk, no bread, no eggs. Everybody was making French toast. And the whole city shut down.
Oh, goodness.
So,
Awesome. So Reagan, because I know that we do have to watch the clock because we have an appointment soon. So In regards to what you have to offer, do you still do energy sessions? Do you
Yes,
still offer?
I am currently offering that. Sometimes I kind of like take breaks just to focus on the music. Um,
Hmm.
so I do have that up now, and I always bring it back up. So, and also
Okay.
if I don't have it up, if somebody emails me, I always can work something out.
Hmm. Yes, you do, as you did for me when I took my class with you. So grateful I am.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I also my a really good friend of mine. We just started a online community, like a Discord specifically for creativity. Um, so I also
Ooh,
have that on my website. Yeah,
okay. I will
yeah.
have to tune into that. I'll have to take a look at your website and then maybe jump over and join your community.
I would love that. I will say we definitely need more divine feminines. We definitely need more feminines. It's like it's me and Bianca, and then the rest is our beautiful brothers that we love. But yeah, we would love some more ladies for sure.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I
So, and
plan
the
on.
website is up on the banner right
Hmm.
now.
Hmm.
So,
Beautiful.
we have, what message would you like to leave our audience with?
That's such a beautiful question. Just know that you're so loved. You're so loved. You're so much more loved than you could probably even know. And that sounds cliche, but I just think it's really these fundamental reminders that we need, again and again and again. And I think one of the most important things is really just presence and awareness. Being present, being awake. To me, that's what the awakening really is. It's being awake. It's not falling asleep into these programs and these thoughts, which, so much love and compassion for yourself when it happens, because it happens to all of us. It's human. I think that authenticity and that realness is important. Nobody's perfect. It's like, you don't have to be perfect. It's really just about, getting up. And even through those challenges and hard times, like, it cultivates such perseverance and um, just a firmness and a focus. Like, I know it's hard, but these things, these challenges, those moments, they really, I think, are. I was just talking to my friend today because she was kind of having a breakdown before the breakthrough, and it's like those breakdowns are the most ripe, fertile times for your evolution. For you to choose who you're becoming, and what you're going to learn from it, and just move through it, move through that intense energy and then use it. I guess that's a lot. That's a lot, but it's just I just want to give so much love and encouragement, Just because if you are going through something, it doesn't mean that you're bad or you're wrong, It's just you're human, and every moment is an opportunity to come back to yourself. Every moment, is. So just trust yourself, trust what's arising. The last thing I'll say is the also those challenges, every time I look back at all the challenges I've gone through, they've also been ways that I've been able to help people, and that's a big part of why we're here. And what makes us happy really is being able to be of service to others. And it's when you go through those things that you learn so much and you're able to help other people through it so much easier. So, yeah,
Awesome. That was a really good message.
thank you.
Is it your birthday on Sunday?
It is. Yeah, that's when I released the song. It worked out.
Oh, well, happy early birthday. And
Thank
look,
you.
David wished you a happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you, David. This is so great. This feels like a present. I'm so glad I got to be on here. This is like, I feel just so nourished talking to you guys. I really do. Thank you so
Oh.
much.
Thank
And
you.
Deborah Williams says, perfectly said.
Thank you.
Mm,
Thank you.
yes, it was. It was
It
so
was.
beautifully said. Definitely.
And
And
Sam,
nourishing.
thank you so much and happy birthday.
Thank you, Sam.
it is really a blessing to have you on here. You're such a beautiful soul, like inside and out. And
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. I feel like my face hurts from smiling. This is just so fun. Thank you guys. And so are you guys. It's like we're truly like divine mirrors for one another.
Mm-hmm. Very true. And Mary, who is my mother, by the way, thanks, Mom, for tuning in. Break down before the breakthrough. Beautifully said. And how true. Because that is very, very true. Totally true.
Every
So,
time something
thank you
falls
for.
apart. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was just gonna
No,
say
no, no, no.
every time something falls apart in my life, whether it's like my own thought, like belief system, or something outside of me, it's like I always like kind of affirm and chant to myself something higher is trying to happen, and I just stick to that, and it always ends up being true. So you just gotta have that faith. But yeah, thank you.
awesome.
So beautiful.
Well, we have certainly enjoyed you coming on, and we definitely want to have you back. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I can't wait.
And I guess our next show, what is it? I think I got it on my calendar this time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The deception. Are we talking about deception?
Yes.
With Mama D. Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, if Mama D joins us, yes. But it's going to be spiritual deception, how the scammers online that come after you spiritually and instill fear in you to get your money. That sort of thing. That's going to be our next show in a fortnight, which is 2 weeks from now. So
so important.
I think it is, especially right now, because I mean, I'm not going to get into it, but they are impersonating people and things like that. So I think we need to help everybody be aware of that. So until next time, and thank you so much to our audience members for joining in, and we enjoy all of your comments. It's amazing. Thank you so much. Without you, we wouldn't be here. So,
thank you.
Anyway, we will see you in 2 weeks. We hope you have enjoyed watching Soul Fire Ascension with Raven and Lisa Lovelight. You can also watch Soul Fire Ascension on YouTube and Rumble at Soul Fire Ascension, or listen to us on Spotify. Please like, share, and subscribe. Soul Fire Ascension is sponsored by ravenshealingarts.com.